Hey everyone, and welcome back to Chicken Cindy's. We're going to take a closer look at the Schwinn Graxum, and we're going to get some trail footage today, and I'm super stoked to finally get the newly updated Schwinn out on the trails. So, just to kind of touch base on a few things, because the last video I did with this, there were a couple comments questioning the things that I did and why I did it. So to start with this RockShox SID, there was a comment asking why I would put a $1,000 fork on a $500 bike. I would never put a $1,000 fork on a $500 bike. Well, I shouldn't say never. It is something I might do. But realistically, I don't ever recommend doing that, and I think that's a giant waste of money. The RockShox SID Ultimate is $1,000. That is not a SID Ultimate. This is a SID Select Plus. Most likely the person just Googled RockShox SID, the Ultimate popped up, and that's where they thought it was $1,000. I got this from Keo Mountain Biking, MTB Keo. He sold it to me for $350. That is a absolute bomb of a deal for a RockShox SID Select Plus. It came off of his Santa Cruz. He upgraded that fork, and he was kind of reaching out to some of us other YouTubers and people who discuss and talk and asked if anybody wanted this, so I jumped on the deal. So, this is a $350 fork. We shipped at the price of splitting, so it was like $375 total. If you can find a deal like this for a nice fork like this, you absolutely should grab it and throw it on a budget bike like this, or even a very nice bike. If you have a bike with like a RockShox Gold or something, this is going to be an upgrade to that. It's 100 millimeters of travel because I wanted to keep this cross country because it is a single speed bike. As you can see, that's what I turned it into. I made it a single speed bike cross country with only 100 millimeters because it's going to be my trainer. I am planning on just hitting the trails as fast and hard as I possibly can and get the most ridiculous workout I can on this bike. So that is why I built this bike. When I originally purchased the Schwinn Axum, I went pretty budget with it. And as you can see, $120 roughly, carbon fork, Chinese carbon fork, got it from Amazon. And I talked about it a little bit, but I was just kind of sketched out by this. I didn't trust it. I'm thinking about dissecting this to see what is in it and how it looks. I know absolutely nothing or next to nothing about carbon, so I don't know what I'd be looking for, but it might be interesting. So let me know in the comments if you would like to see that, because maybe you're thinking about buying a budget fork like this. With the rear, went with a 102 tooth engagement rear wheel. It is a nuke-proof Horizon V2. Got it from Chain Reaction Cycles. This is my second one of this rear wheel. For the price and the engagement, I think they are one of the best bang for buck options for a very nice rear wheel. Now, if you can build your own wheels, JG Bike, Cruiser, they make a couple very nice engagement hubs for like 80 to 90 bucks. So if that's something you're comfortable with, just make sure you get your measurements for the original wheels and swap them out if you can. So keep that in mind. P&W loam dropper, 150 millimeter. Had to drill out this bottom, I guess the top screw hole for this to get this to be able to slam. That is the modification I made on this bike that I don't recommend you doing because you are tampering with a frame. I don't think it's going to do anything because it's just punching the hole out a little bit more, because there's like a little stud in there that would screw it into, and as the hole was like this, it kind of barely stuck out a little bit like that, where my pointer finger is, and it prevented the dropper post going past this. So basically it was up about an inch to an inch and a half, and I couldn't slam it. So I got rid of that so I could slam it, and I'm really glad I did that. I don't recommend you doing that again. This is a medium. I don't know if anyone's asked. Some people have asked, but this is a medium. I'm 5'10", so I'm between the line of medium and large. I typically go with mediums because I really like 29er wheels, so I get a little bit smaller of a frame, bigger wheels, so the frame's playful, but the wheels are very monster trucky, so I can still just kind of truck and go, but I can still kind of flip my bike around and stuff, so it's still nimble at the same time. So I've not ridden a 27.5 for a while, so I'm due for a 27.5 again, just to kind of remember how they feel. But if I get a 27.5, I'll most likely get a large frame just to compensate for the difference. But I think a medium 27.5 might be a little small for me. 5'10", 32-inch inseam. The medium is absolutely rock solid with a 150 millimeter dropper. Perfect for me. So keep that in mind if that is something you're looking for. I've never really seen a Schwinn Axum with white accents. Being the dark blue and the black, the white looks terrific. If you have a Schwinn Axum and you're looking for a good accent color, definitely think about white. Of course, it's probably gonna get a little dirty on the trail. The chain's gonna show some wear, but I mean, I really, really love how this bike turned out. I did find a pretty budget-friendly dropper post. It's called like a Muqzi, M-U-Q-Z-I, and it was like $20 on Amazon, and it's got a bearing in it, feels terrific, and it's working great. It is all metal on the front, so I'm thinking about putting a little piece of grip tape on that, and that'll help with that. So I'm thinking about doing that. This will be my first ride with that as well, so we'll have to see how that goes. Shimano Deore brakes. If you didn't see the video of my daughter helped me install one of those, I'll post it up here in the corner. Love my daughter so much, and it was so much fun making that video with her. So I know it was a little different, so thank you for everyone who watched that and enjoyed it. I try to include my wife and my daughters as much as I possibly can and just bike stuff because it's something I enjoy and I want them to enjoy it with me. So, but all right, enough talking. P&W pedals, while I'm thinking about it, those things just spin forever. I don't know if that's how those are supposed to be, but I mean, that's pretty wild that they do that. All right, the next footage you'll see, we will be at Charleston and we'll be riding a bike. So let's get to it.
Kind of playing around a little bit up there since my kids are out playing. Figured I'd play for a minute. Did that little skinny in the stairs and just kind of had fun up there. So far she feels great. The top speed seems a little slow on flat, but that's kind of something I'll have to figure out as I go, especially being a single speed, because I want to be able to make sure I can make climbs at the same time. So far so good though, really liking it. I tell you what, single speeds up hills are just a workout. Holy cow. Whoo! Now, it's one of my favorite parts of the trail. This is just real flowy and fun. The single speed right here feels great. Also, watch out for her. I'll go on your right. Excuse me. Excuse me. No, you're fine. No, you're good. She had some apple apricots in. All right, this climb is pretty difficult because of all the roots. And it's pretty steep. Come on. Woo. Keep going. It looks really slow, I'm sure, but holy cow. We're getting it. But the cool part about that climb is now we get to have fun going down it. Wow. first ride on the Vittorias that Chris from the shed sent me, and I definitely noticed the rolling resistance is quite a bit less than the other wheels I had, which I really like the Terravels, but you can just tell the difference. And because those are 2.6s and these are almost 2.4s, and these are 2.35s. But I didn't know how much of a difference I'd noticed, but yeah, the rolling resistance is pretty impressive comparatively. So I'm really digging that. So a huge shout out to Chris for hooking me up with these bad boys, because I'm really, really liking them. They feel great on the dirt too, so. And here's the favorite part of the trail. Oh, it's so fun. Man. Feeling that wind. It's so nice. Woo. Definitely not afraid to push this anymore. Holy cow. So much nicer. Dang. Oh, that was terrific. Holy cow. Eyes are watering from that one. Whew.